Hello parents and welcome to Back to School Night. I know it's a little different this year, so thank you in advance for your flexibility as we utilize technology to give you all the information to keep you updated. First, I want to start by saying your kids are amazing. They're fantastic. They jumped right into the routines. They are kind to each other. They're having so much fun. So great job, moms and dads. We have 10 girls and 4 boys in this classroom, and they are an absolute delight. Thank you so much for choosing Christ Memorial to bring and send your kids. We promise that our main goal is to love them and for them to feel loved. We want them to make friends and gain independence and kindergarten readiness. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Mrs. Allen then is going to tell you a little bit about herself, and then we're going to take you through a typical day in your child's life. So I'm Kathy Yost. I have 3 kids. My husband Bart and I live here in Westchester. My son Kyle is a senior at Henderson High School. My daughter Eva is a junior at Henderson High School. And the littlest Lily, who's not so little anymore, is an 8th grader at Pierce. When I am not here teaching, I like to read. I like to go to the beach. I spend lots and lots of time watching my 3 kids play soccer for their school teams and for their club teams. And I also sing in a praise band at my church and sing in a band. So I like to do a lot of fun things. I've always loved kids. I started out teaching 7th grade and then moved on to 2nd grade at Starkweather before I was happy to start and begin teaching here as my kids grew up. I was able to do that. So I taught the young 3s, and now I've been in pre-K for a number of years. And I'm really looking forward to a great pre-K year for your kids. So I'm going to take the phone and allow Mrs. Allen to introduce herself, and then I'll walk you through a typical day.
Hi, I'm Claudia Allen. I'm Kathy's mom. I have 2 boys. All my children live in Westchester, so I do get to see my 10 grandchildren very often. When I'm not here at school, I like to read. I like to travel to the beach, especially in the summertime, and I like to do yoga. Also, a lot of my time is taken up with grandchildren's sports. I think this is going to be a wonderful year. I've been teaching here for 22 years, and we just love these awesome kids that you're letting us share for a little part of their day.
So tonight in your folders came home a little packet with lots of great information. The first thing that I'm going to do is walk you through a typical day. This is our regular Tuesday, Thursday schedule, and then we do have some schedule changes on Fridays. So we start our day with a welcome and an attendance, and your kids come down the hall with Mrs. Allen. They come down to the classroom, and here's where they get busy independently putting their things away. So over here on my cart, I can show you the kids take their water bottles out. They put them on the bottom of the cart. They take a small labeled snack that's separate from their lunch. This is really important because they're going to be independent. They're going to be doing all of this themselves, getting ready for kindergarten. This is Mr. N snack, you can see, and the kids would put it right in this little snack basket. Notice my snack basket is small, so a small, simple bagged snack, maybe a banana, some little cut up fruit in a little baggie that's labeled. That really helps save our time when the kids can do this independently. So a labeled snack in there, their folder goes in here, and then they come in to answer the question of the day. This morning's question was, do you have an N in your name? And the children all came in, they looked at the letters in their name and decided yes or no if they had an N in their name. I spoke about the communication folders, and this is our back and forth communication with all the parents. So this is where you're going to find their very first homework page that came home today, and any other little homework pages. I call them homework pages, but it's fun work and it's optional. It's very encouraged. So when you do it, bring it back in the folder and we'll make a big deal. We'll show them, we'll talk about it. We'll give them lots of encouragement for doing it. There'll also be magazines and things like this which don't need to come back, but please take the time to read them. They're a wonderful resource. They can be read repeatedly and discussed, and they can be lots of fun for when the big kids have homework. So please clean this out nightly. There'll be important papers in it, and it's a great way for you to stay organized. So your children will come in, they'll do all their morning routine pieces, and then our open discovery and playtime is so important. The children get to select their choice, whether it's dramatic play in the kitchen, blocks, cars. This is where language is being built. This is where friendships and bonds are made. They learn to clean up one toy before they go on to the next. This is when Mrs. Allen and I are doing centers and art projects at the table. So please have your children be here at 9 a.m. so that they can do handwriting with me at the table. Math patterning games is what we're working on this month. And that's a great time, one-on-one, and we're going to work with grip and scissors and all those things. Then your children are cleaning up. They usually do that to the Letter Person song, which they love. And we're working on stop playing and clean up. Some of our children here maybe continue to play or grab something, so lots of encouragement at home. When it's time to clean up, we stop playing and we put things away. Your kids are doing a great job with this. Next is circle time. Circle time is a huge, important time for them to build attention span. So they've got to sit, they've got to have their eyes focused on me, their listening ears ready, and this is when we get the helper of the day busy, leading the pledge, the calendar, the weather. That's when we do songs, literacy, language, all kinds of letter building where we teach them the letter, we teach them how to form the letter correctly at the board. So we'll be doing our foundations at that point with the letter sound correspondence and our letter people books. So circle time, and then we also move on to outside play from our circle, which your kids are going to line up at the door, go outside and play. Sneakers, 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 please. Play clothes so they can have a wonderful time. We do have mulch out there, so if you have sandals, it's getting stuck in their feet, which can cause some problems. So our large motor play is outside, and if it's raining, we'll have it in the playroom. When we come in, we're going to wash our hands. We're doing a lot of hand washing all during the day, but we wash our hands and we get ready for snack. Once again, we need one small portioned healthy snack because it is in the morning before lunch. So it could be like some cucumbers, it could be some grapes, something small in a little baggie, a water bottle labeled, and we have our snack time and our prayer. And then we get books and we read on the carpet, and all of that time the bathroom is open. So there's no set time for bathrooming, but it's encouraged all day. All morning, I'm saying the potty is open. It's open for business. Who'd like to use it? Lots of encouragement. Sometimes it's stickers, sometimes it's lollipops. Please send them in easy pants. Zippers and buttons become a challenge when they're trying to be independent, and we have 14 kids, especially with kids who are not fully potty trained. Make sure they have easy on and off pants because they kind of wait to the last minute and then we run into some issues there. So you can help us with those things. We move right on to a Bible time, a math time, a literacy time with our second circle time. And that's when we're doing patterning, or we're talking about the story of Noah during our Bible time. You will notice that your children are going to be doing Bible time all day long. We do have a set Bible time, but we are talking about Jesus and how we treat each other with kindness every day, all day. So for them to know that they are loved by God and that they can treat people the way they want to be treated is probably the most important thing I can teach them. Moving on to some extras. That was our full, we prepare for dismissal and we go home. A few other things to talk about. You're going to get a calendar sent home, and it was blue for September. And the calendar will tell them the letters of the week. It will tell you the Bible verse. It will tell you when we have library and when we have chapel. Your kiddo's birthday will be celebrated as close to their birthday as possible. And you could send us some napkins. We will give them a crown. They will get a prize, and we will certainly make it a very special day. But we like to keep it simple and skip goodie bags and things like that, just to make everyone feel, ready and ready to celebrate. For chapel this year, we're going to be watching that on a video, so at the beginning of the year. And so your children are going to be seeing teachers and especially Mrs. Sham doing some great chapel lessons. For library, it's every Friday, and you notice our schedule is different. I will want to point out to you, when they come in on Fridays, when they have library, we come into school and we go right to library. So maybe preparing their little minds for the idea that library comes up quick and their readiness, and they'll have their books. Books can be returned at any time. So whenever your child is ready, put it in the book back and we will hand it in at any time. But Fridays are the day that, it's great if you bring in their book by Friday. If they don't have their book, it's okay. We just tell them they have an extra week. It's nothing to stress over. Let me say that I'm a reading specialist, so reading. This means let your child see you read. Put books all over the house. Don't just read at night when they're tired. The reading log is to help you keep track every time you read a book or you read to them. Keep it somewhere safe, color it in through the month, hand it in at the end of the month, and they will get a prize. This is where I like to say a little bit about limiting screen time. Please help me help your little one. Their little eyes are developing. They're trying to learn to track text from left to right. If they're watching a lot of screens and a lot of television with the games where the pieces are moving all around, their eyes are actually going to have trouble developing the ability to track text across the page. The other thing that is suffering with the screen time is their attention span. Remember, I can only be so exciting. So if your kids are watching hours of screen time and then I go up to talk to them as their teacher, no matter how much I sing or dance, sometimes it's difficult to get their attention. So the more that you limit the screen time, the easier it is for me to access that because they'll have developed the ability to sit still and listen, which is an awesome thing. So choose outside play, games, music, scissors. Give them scissors and let them cut for fun instead of screen time. Language. Talk to your kids all day. Turn down the radio, turn off the screens, play games like I'm thinking of something that's yellow that you can peel, and let them play guessing games with you in the car. Talk about the things you see out the window. Talk about the things in the store. Talk to them all day long. Fine motor. Give them scissors. I know it sounds scary, folks, but you can do it. Give them scissors because these 3 fingers are the fingers that we need for writing. Let me grab a marker. Thumb on one side, pointer on top. Tall finger doesn't let the other side drop. This is called my tripod grip. And in your packet, there's a paper about this along with some handwriting pages and other fun things. You can see the tripod grip right here and the rhyming page for it. Of course, I'm having trouble, but here it is. I found it, I think. There it is. 3 fingers to write, and there they are. If you use scissors, you're taking those 3 fingers for writing and you're activating the muscles in those fingers as they squeeze. So it's essentially like you and I pumping iron at the gym, but it's for their writing fingers. Scissors are the best. Anything where they have to do it themselves. Buckle, zipper, let them pull their own pants up and down at home. Let them buckle their shoes and strap themselves in whenever possible. These 3 fingers are activated when the children are able to do things by themselves. And that's when they can get their writing fingers ready for writing. So you can see in here, I have a little poem that's called Thumb on one side, pointer on top, tall finger doesn't let the other side drop, and that's in the packet along with the handwriting pages. Finally, communication. We're using Class Dojo this year. We're so excited. I will be utilizing it for important messages, and I will be linking this back to school message, so please check it. There were 8 people that viewed my very first original post, so I know we're just getting things started, but I'd love to see that number go up to everyone. So we got a class picture posted with some first day thoughts, and I'm gonna be posting all kinds of things. Your kids are doing patterning, they're doing art projects, they're doing games and toys and things, and I'll be sharing all those really cool things with you on that Class Dojo. So please check that dojo. You'll see a little red notification there when there's a new post or a new message. And of course, I'm bcyost@verizon.net if you need to. You can also email me, and sometimes I will email things too. In your packet today, you got the family fun letter for letter N, just a couple things. And I sent home a paper about teaching your children how to learn letters at home. It is back to front. And this is reading at home. It is back to front. Lots and lots of great resources in these. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Your children are fantastic. We really, in advance, thank you for helping us with the things like the small snacks that are separate from their lunchbox. And if they're staying for enrichment, they're gonna need 2 small snacks. So they can have them labeled, and one would be morning and one would be afternoon. This really helps us. sending them in with sneakers, sending them with easy pants that they can pull up and down. We appreciate all your help and support with those cool things to help our day run smoother. So thank you for being awesome parents. Thank you for trusting your kiddos to us. We promise to love them and take good care of them. It's going to be an awesome year. So happy back to school night. Thanks again. Bye.